What's up guys, Will and Customs here, and today we're taking a look at my modified Mezco Batman from The Dark Knight Returns. Clearly I changed it up. I wanted to make it more modern. I'm a big sucker to having all of my stuff, my collection up to date. And also I love the body on this. I love the action figure. The sculpt is really nice. It actually fits in very well with your 6-inch figures. We'll get into that really soon at the end of the video. Especially when you change the head, because he has a really big head originally. It gives him a lot more height. When he changed the head to a smaller one, it looks a lot better scale-wise. But I know a lot of you are probably like, oh, I ruined the figure, what did they do? You know, this is my own figure, I do whatever I want to my liking for my own collection. I implore you to do that as well, honestly. But I wanted to make it more modern, especially the new Batman v Superman coming out. You know, I just wanted to make it more modern, obviously. For one thing, gotta get rid of the underwear. Immediately make him New 52, just like that. Simple. There you go. Also, I want to change the head. I'm a big fan of the comic books, so I like this head from the DC Collectibles. I think it's the Greg Capullo series or concept. I think it fits in pretty well right there. And just simple stuff, but I think it's very effective overall. And like I said before, I'm a big fan of the body sculpt. I like how he's so big and bulky, you know, especially with the movie coming out. It's very appropriate because, you know, it's Batman. He should be very big and intimidating, so I'm all for that. This is my little modified Bruce Wayne right here. I used the head from the Thrasher Batman big suit, and I think it fits in pretty well. This is the body from a this is from the Mattel WWE J&J Security, one of them. So it fits in pretty nicely as well. A little bit different in size, but I think it's pretty passable overall. Not the worst thing in the world. But what's nice about these two right here, I could actually swap out the heads pretty nicely. So you know, you can have Bruce Wayne as Batman, you know, unmasked right there. That's pretty nice. All right, so if I didn't say it before, you know, doing this whole modification, it wasn't the easiest. I really had to use a lot of precision because, you know, like all different companies have different size ball joints or head sockets. Especially the Mezco one, the ball joint and the head socket in the head are huge, really big. So I really had to modify it down, especially using two different heads from different companies. But it worked out pretty well. I really had to jumble this one out a lot more. The ball joint on the figure, I had to shave it down a little bit, but it worked out pretty well. Just take your time if you're going to do something like that, because you don't want to mess it up. Because if you go too small, go too big, you know, you lose the opportunity to do a lot of head swaps that way. But overall, like I said, I think it came out pretty well. I'm pretty happy about it, how it came out, and it looks pretty good. You know, it works out pretty nicely. And let's get this back on. Like I said before, I'm a big fan of having Batman being huge like this. I think it looks pretty good. I'm a big fan of, you know, it's kind of a Dark Knight Returns look, obviously, but maybe when he's a little bit younger, but not as old. You're going to see it like that. Quick size comparison here is Batman with some of the other DC figures I have right here. As you can see, he still is a little bit bigger compared to the rest of them, but it's not that bad. I think it's really very passable. As you can see now, like before, the older head, which is a lot bigger, didn't fit in that well, also gave him more height. I think the new one's a lot better. But like I said, I don't mind Batman being a little bit bigger compared to the rest of them because, you know, he's a human. He needs the extra mass and size and strength to do what he needs to do. So it makes sense to me. I had no problem with that. And even though he is a little bit bigger, it's not too overwhelming in my opinion. So I think it looks pretty good in my collection, especially in person. I think maybe the video might be giving it off too big, but it looks pretty good to me. And for another quick size comparison, here is my Bruce Wayne figure with some of the other DC figures as well. And that's about it, guys. You know, something simple like a head swap could really make and break a figure and really change it in the long run, honestly. As you can see, all three of these figures have different head swaps, and in my opinion, making them a lot more enjoyable in my collection, at least. You know, it really is up to you and your own preference, but I like how they look right now, especially all three of them right here together. And this is from the movie one of the New 52 body. This is from an Earth 2 head from the New 52 body, you know. You know, it really comes down to your own preference and stuff like that, but I think you should definitely give it a try and be very open-minded on what you can see out there and what goes with what. You know, have some fun with it. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Go to wildandcustoms.com. If you like the video, get a thumbs up. Peace.